making a YouTube channel helps me to grow. I don't know. That's on my part. That's something that I treasure. So, what are we gonna talk about tonight? I don't know what to talk about. There's so many things I wanted to talk about. Maybe we should focus on reading, because currently I'm reading so many books right now, and I'm so indulged to all of the books that I read, and I feel great. I feel great reading books. I feel so much better when I read books, especially when it comes to self-help books, motivational books. Those books keep me sane, alive, motivated, disciplined, determined. Every time I read book, I feel reborn. I feel so energetic that I want to kind of like chase my dreams, that I feel like my dreams are possible, you know? It makes me feel great. It makes me feel contented. Content. I don't know how do we say that? Sorry, my English is still broken. And I feel like over the time I grew up with books. I'm in love with books. I love The Secret. I think most of you guys know The Secret. It's kind of like the law of attraction book. So it's really, I've been reading that since I was 13, and I've been reading that until now, and it keeps me focused. Yeah. So basically, law of attraction is something that you feel inclined or believe that you can manifest certain stuff. I do believe that, though. It happens to me many times, and every time when it happened, I feel so magical. When it was actually not, it was not a work of magic. It was somehow how the universe kind of makes you attracted to the stuff that you wanted. So it's a positive thing, though. It's a positive thing. And I'm going to share with you a lot of books that I read that have always been my favorite, and one of them is Chicken Soup. So Chicken Soup is actually a self-help book. It tells stories from many different people with their life experiences, and I love reading Chicken Soup. Chicken Soup actually made me feel good, and every time I read Chicken Soup, I'll cry. I'll just cry, because every story was just so heartfelt and like heartwarming, heartbreaking, everything that can make you cry. It can either be cried of sadness or cried of happiness, but the book made you feel like that. I've read Chicken Soup for Teenage Soul. I've read Chicken Soup for Women Soul, for what else? College Soul. I've read a lot of Chicken Soup, and I've loved every bit of the book. I've loved every series, every part of that, but I haven't been able to kind of finish it all because there are a lot of series there. And the first time I stumbled across this book was back in my school days, when I was in high school, when I was 16, I think. And my friend, Jaspreet, she borrowed this Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul book, and it was on her table, and I was like, oh, what caught me was the book, the title of the book. It's teenage, right? So basically you'll know automatically, oh, this book is about a life about a teenager or something like that, and I was drawn to it. Like, I feel like, oh, I need to read this. And then she was the one who borrowed the book at the time. And of course I have to borrow from her first, because she would be the one to return it back to the library, right? So I asked her that I want to read after her. And that was actually the beginning of the magic. I don't know, there's something about chicken soup, it makes me feel so good. Like, I would recommend to everyone to read it. It's a life-changing event. It's a life-changing stuff that even my dad also owned a Jack Canfield book, the author of Chicken Soup. My dad also owned a chicken soup, not a chicken soup book. It's from the same author, but the book is much more powerful. It's like you have chicken soup to actually drive you, because a lot of stuff you can read from everyone, but success principles, it's like masterpiece. I'm going to show you. This is the book. I think I showed these to a lot of people before. I'm always in love with this book. I love it so much. This is like I don't know. I just can't describe it. I just love this book so much. It helps me so much. I found this book during quarantine. I didn't even realize that my dad actually owned a Jack Canfield book. I am a fan of Jack Canfield because of Chicken Soup. And when I found out I got this book, it ran out of storage. Sorry. So, continue. So when I found this book, among the books in the shelf, I was just so delighted. I was like, what? My dad has a Jack Canfield book. It's my favorite of all time. What makes this book special is because it's my dad, so yeah. And I got the old version of the book, which is amazing, because the newer version is just not that pretty. I think I like this one better because it has Jack Canfield figure on it. I'm in love with this book. If I can marry this book, I would. So yeah, it's a life-changing, guys. You just have to start reading self-help books. It helps you so much in developing your self-esteem, developing your confidence, develop your positive traits. It's just amazing to just read. Just read. Just take your time to read. It's amazing. It's a magical experience. I've grown up with books. I've loved books, and books have broadened my perspective differently, how I see the world differently, how I understand people differently, how I still am coping with myself. It's because of books. Yeah. So I think it's amazing to explore so many things when you read something. It can be anything, because the information you got, who knows, you might as well kind of use it for future purposes, right? So yeah, I think that's it. I would love to talk more about books. There will be a never-ending episode of me ranting about books, especially self-help books. Chicken Soup for the Soul, amazing. I'm currently reading Chicken Soup for College Soul, and I cried many times for the first few pages. Crazy. So yeah. What else? Yeah, maybe next time I'm probably gonna do a review of what I read. So yeah. Good night, guys.